I'm proposing a website titled Reading Journey. This website will offer a personalized reading experience for all reader types. In 3 years that I have taught high school English, I've learned that there are many types of readers. There are avid readers, there are partial readers, there are rereaders, then there are uninformed readers, or those readers that consider themselves non-readers. When these readers read for entertainment, they are doing so in a way subconsciously. These readers would never voluntarily pick up a book to entertain themselves, but they would travel to Facebook to read their friends' posts for entertainment. If you were to ask these readers if they enjoy reading, they would say no, but this is not true. They are also uninformed in that they do not know that they can use books to entertain themselves because they haven't found a book yet that appeals to their interest or one that they're able to comprehend without assistance that appeals to them. So these readers and their problems are what have inspired the product that I'm going to show you. What I believe to be a solution to these problems is a website that can recommend books for students based on their reading levels and their genre preferences, that recommends reading goals for students, and that allows students to track their reading progress. However, I learned through my research that a website that is designed to encourage reading is not naturally appealing to someone who considers himself a non-reader. When I asked students if they like to read or not, about 25% of them said no. The same amount, they would not be inclined to use a program like this to find something that they enjoyed reading. So I came to the conclusion that non-readers are not naturally drawn to a program that offers reading suggestions for them. So although this is a fact, in some ways it is a non-issue because, judging by my research, my continued research, these students would still be required by their teachers to use this website regardless of their feelings about reading. I talked to 3 different English teachers and 1 school librarian, and all 3 English teachers said that if they had a program like this in their school, that they would require that their students use this program at least once a year, usually at the beginning of the year. It's trying to help them find a genre that they like, as well as to find something that is on their reading level. So I added this problem to my lean canvas, the issue that non-readers do not seek reading solutions, and I began searching for a solution to this. Even though, like I said, it's kind of a non-issue, I still wanted to make the program more appealing to those non-readers. So I came up with the idea to include incentives within the website, such as point earnings. So each time a student finishes and reviews a book, he's able to earn 10 points. And each time that he reaches his most recent reading goal, he's able to earn 100 points. The idea is that teachers and librarians will hopefully encourage point earnings by offering other outside incentives, maybe like a pizza party for those 20 students that earn the most points by the end of the year. So the unique value that my product offers is that, unlike other programs that make reading suggestions for students like Goodreads or Rifle, this website works well for book readers as well as non-book readers. So through this website, all forms of readers can find a book that they can read and that they can enjoy. Goodreads and Rifle require that students are familiar with the types of genres that they enjoy, and that can list a number of authors and books that they really like. But these requirements, I think, prohibit non-book readers from using their webpage because they're not able to tell you about authors and books that they like or genres that they like because they haven't found any yet. So this is why it is significant that my website can offer book suggestions without acquiring this information. This is my unfair advantage. Although this product is geared toward helping those that consider themselves non-readers, it also works really well for readers. And based on the survey responses that I got, I believe that readers or avid readers would be genuinely interested in using this program. So my potential users are readers and non-readers, and my potential customers are school districts. I believe that English teachers and school librarians will encourage school districts to purchase full access to this website so that students can utilize all of the website's features. And I based this off of the responses that I got from those English teachers and librarians that I showed you earlier. As an English teacher in Florence County, I anticipate that early adapters of my product would be Florence County school districts, as these are the school districts that I will be able to most easily present the webpage to. So overall, I would like for all secondary schools to have full access to this website. However, short term, I would be satisfied with all secondary education schools in my district purchasing full access to the website. I plan to spread the word about this website through faculty meetings, conference presentations, and conversations with former colleagues, friends, and other potential users. My cost structure is based off the amount of time and effort that I anticipate that it will take me to create this website. I think that it will take about 6 months of work to perfect this website on my own, so I need about $28,000 to make this product happen. My revenue stream will come from school districts and company ads. I plan to charge schools $3 per student account per year, and I hope to acquire funds by providing space for companies to post ads on the website. This was not my original plan. However, I changed my revenue stream after realizing how similar my website would be to websites such as No Red Ink. I researched how they charge schools for full access to their website, and this is how I decided to charge a specific amount per student per year. Then I compared the value of my product to the value of their product and considered how much they charge per student and kind of judged based off of those things how much I should charge per student. So this is how I envision general student interactions with the website going. So I thought that students would create an account, then log in, answer some personal questions about themselves, about their grade level, their reading habits, stuff like that. Then take a quiz that would help them determine some genre preferences, then take a reading level assessment, and then the program or the website would generate a list of potential goals, reading goals, that the student could choose from based on the answers to their questions and their reading level assessment. So, for instance, if the student has not read more than 2 books in their life and they read on a very low level, the goal might be that you finish 2 novels this year. Like, that could be a huge goal for a student that had never finished a book before. So then the student would choose which goal they want to work with based on the program suggestions, and then the program would present a list of suggested books to the reader, and that list would be made up of images of the books, short summaries of the books that the student could look over, and then they would make a selection. When they select the book, they would the call information for that book would appear, and then they would need to write down that information, go and find the book, check the book out, then read the book, and then they would eventually be logging back into their account so that they could review the book and repeat this process over and over again for several more books before they are given a second reading level assessment. So my idea is that, especially for those non-avid readers, after completing 2 books, your reading ability could likely have increased. So the program or the website would need to continually reassess the reading levels so that it can make recommendations that are more in line with the student's needs. And then that student would repeat the process or repeat steps 7 through 12. So originally, I imagined a program that would make book suggestions for students based on their genre preferences for books in the school library selection in which the student used the program. However, after completing the Lean Canvas, I understood that there are other programs that basically already do this, such as Goodreads and Rifle. So I knew that I had to find a way to make my program unique. To do this, I set up an account with both Google Reads and Rifle to see what information they asked for from the user and to try to help me determine who their target audience is. So this process allowed me to find a way to make my program unique. I realized quickly that these programs were designed for avid readers rather than all reader types. As I mentioned before, these programs require that their users have a good grasp of authors and books that they love, which is not possible for all reader types. So I decided that my program would make it easier for all readers, even those that consider themselves non-readers, to find a book that they love. This required that the program provide assessments for genre preferences and reading levels, as my experience has told me that those who do not typically read books might struggle to determine their genres of interest and may not read on their predicted reading level. So, my main target audience became those students that consider themselves non readers. However, as I mentioned before, I learned through survey feedback that these students would not be naturally inclined to use this program. So, I thought that it would be helpful if the program worked in incentives to make itself more appealing to non readers. So, in order to include incentives, I realized that the program would have to track the students' progress in some way. And this is when I decided to move from a program to a website that students were able to log into so that they could set goals, review novels, track their progress, and earn points as they go. So I really enjoyed this process. Creating a lean canvas and working to validate my ideas were great learning experiences for me. Before completing this process, I had never imagined all the thought and effort that actually goes into creating a new product, and the lean canvas really opened my eyes to all of this. Although I realize now that this is not necessarily a quick process, I feel that I have learned ways that I can complete the process of creating a new product that are less time consuming and money consuming. So the steps that I propose next would be to determine an accurate cost structure. I've never done anything like this before. I've never created a website, so I'm really not sure about the exact amount of time, money, or effort that it will take to complete a project such as this. So I would like to do a little bit more research to come up with a more accurate cost structure. After that, I would work to acquire funding, and then research web design and management just to get a better idea of what I'm dealing with. Then create a prototype of my website and present that prototype to potential consumers and users. And then pay attention to how they react to the website, and note some of their responses and make iterations of the website weekly based on their responses, and then continue that process of going out and getting user feedback and making iterations. And then eventually I would present my final product to a school district, specifically my school district, to try to see if they would bite.